You have questions and we've got some answers.
Welcome to Q&A with A&D. Basics, do they have to be boring?
Oh no, Alex. Oh no. No. And I said this before. I just was on a video saying this. Because I'm not a basic bleep, my basics are not boring. And what are the basics? They're just the fundamentals of the dance. They are the glue of the dance. That's what's stringing the dance along. And it's all your approach to the dance. I think we are in a culture right now, we are in a time where everything is so stylized. And instructors are teaching more style than technique, more style than fundamentals. So what now we're seeing is like, if you're not doing this, plus this, plus this, plus this, plus this, in this way, you're just doing something that's basic. When in actuality, that time that you're doing those basics, that's time when you can meet the moment, you can stay present, listen to the song, listen to your partner, and really feel your way into the dance versus coming in with some pre-programmed situation. You're like, you've got the whole 5, 6, 7, 8 laid out of the whole song. And that's not really staying present, right? So the basics to me are everything. It's my starting point for the dance. It's my starting point to get to know who my partner is on the dance floor, especially if we've never danced together.
So there's also something to be said about the how, not the what.
Yes.
So I think going back to your point about being so focused on style versus the foundation, a lot of what we focus on when we're teaching basic steps is the how to execute the move. And I think that it's really important to make that distinction, the how, not the what, because when you think of the what, for example, let's take bachata, right? Many people in layman terms could view bachata as 3 steps to the left and 3 steps to the right, followed, with a tap. And so we talk about different punctuations. We talk about the movements that your body go through with each count, right? And if you think about how people execute their basics differently with different movement intentions, with different punctuations, with different movement vocabulary, right? Because you have found a set of basic per se steps. And I think it's really just how you do them. In fact, if you, probably a lot of people don't know this, but we always say maestro de maestros because we've taught a lot of teachers, and a lot of professional dancers and advanced dancers have come to us to take private lessons. You know what? To learn what? Basic steps. And they're not talking about, oh, okay, what are the basic steps? They're actually telling us, okay, we know that this is the basic step, but we want to understand how you do your basic step. And so when we think about the how, it really separates the dancer, the basic dancer, from the really, really good dancer. It's really in the how. And who knows, I think maybe whoever made up the basic is boring doesn't have a good basic.
So I was reminded of us teaching some of these professional dancers the basics and thinking about how we taught them the basic steps without style, right? Sand style, because it was up to them to incorporate how they wanted to further lift that basic into their own personal sentences, to find their artistry, right? With a basic, like you said before, you could add the tap, you could add the press, you could add a lift, you could add a heel, you could add a drop, you could add a lean, all of those things, but we're giving you the choice to do all of those things, and it's up to you to find them, right? So not all the time am I doing some basic that's like step, step, step. No, my bachata is still there. And I will circle back and say this, actually, I didn't say this before, that oftentimes we strip down, I say we as this social dance community, strip down the basics so much to teach students 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 tap, whatever, or whatever you want to call that. We never insert the goodness and the sabor, the flavor, the juice, the body movement, what makes the dance back into the dance to teach the students, right? So we leave it at that stripped down level. So in that, if you're gonna leave it stripped and naked like that, if we're just talking about boiled chicken, honey, with no sazon, with no adobo, with no.
I will say this: the importance of learning your bachata ABCs,
Yes.
right? That foundation. We refer to that a lot. I think it's so important. And actually, that's one of the things that we're proud of. That we've been creating programs specifically to help people identify what are your bachata ABCs and how do you execute them. So if you want more information on that, you could definitely visit our online dance academy, AcademicNetwokofDance.com, and you'll find the program Bachata ABCs and get your basics together. Get it right.